Taylor Mitcham here from Dronero, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what you need to wear / bring to your first construction drone job right now. When you go onto a construction site to do a drone job, I'm assuming that you know that you need to bring your drone and your drone related accessories like the Inspire I have back there. So I'm not going to go into details about the drone stuff that you need to bring to the job, but I am going to talk about everything else. First thing you need to make sure you have are all of the appropriate documents you need, like your Part 107 license, your certificate of insurance, and any waivers or authorizations that are particular to the job. The reason for this is because your on-site contact, no matter who you're contacted through, your project manager, the safety manager, somebody like that may need to record these documents, especially insurance, especially your Part 107 certificate. Pretty much every job site I've flown on to date, they've always asked for a copy of my Part 107 certificate. They've always asked me for a certificate of insurance. The next thing you're going to need is your personal protective equipment, also known as PPE. And that consists of your hard hat, your safety glasses, your safety vest, and your boots. Your hard hat, like I have on my head, just make sure it's a real hard hat. It's not, you know, those cheap like Halloween ones that you can rip. It needs to be a full hard hat. It doesn't matter what color it is, but I have a white one that just happens to be the one that I have, but it really doesn't matter what color you get, or if it's full brims like this one where the brim goes all the way around, or you see the other type like the one right here on the screen that's just like a half brimmed. It really doesn't matter what kind you have as long as you have a hard hat. Next thing is a safety vest. So a safety vest, pretty self-explanatory, and I'll have a link to all this stuff in the description below, by the way. But safety vest, pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't matter if it's yellow, orange, pink, as long as it has these reflectors and it's a nice bright color, just like the one I have right over here on the table. Next thing, you want to make sure you're wearing jeans. Jeans are probably the most appropriate bottoms to have on a site, but don't wear shorts. That's really important. I've never been to a construction job site, and I've worked in construction on many different types of projects, different parts of the US. I've never been on a job site that allows shorts. So make sure you have on long pants if they're jeans, or like kind of those rough khaki material, something like that, something that's rugged that you don't mind getting dirty, easy to wash. Now, as far as the shirt underneath of your safety vest goes, some sites do require long sleeves. It just depends on the job site, that safety manager, that project manager. I've worked within companies where one job site, short sleeves are good. Another job site, you have to wear long sleeves. Even within the same exact project, greater, bigger project, the individual job sites may have different rules as far as long sleeves, short sleeves, things like that. So if you have any questions about that though, you can always ask and say like, hey, are long sleeves required on this job site? And they'll say yes or no, and then that's it, then you know. But if long sleeves aren't required, wear a short sleeve shirt, preferably cotton. Don't wear like a weird polyethylene or like those dry fit shirts, anything like that. The reason for that is because if there is a fire, those synthetic materials can actually melt onto your skin. So I always try to wear a nice cotton t-shirt. This is just a plain regular t-shirt, something again I don't mind getting dirty, I don't mind getting gross in. The next part of your PPE that you need to make sure that you have are your safety glasses. Now I see a lot of people with safety glasses, they think that sunglasses count as safety glasses, but they actually don't. So I have two pairs here. This one is kind of a nicer pair. They're slightly tinted, but they're a little more rugged. Obviously, you can see they're a little more used as well. The key to safety glasses, and these ones are a tinted pair, the key to safety glasses is having the Z87. If you open the leg over here, there's a Z87 that's printed on the leg. That tells you that these are actual safety glasses. If you see, a lot of brands are making safety looking glasses, but they may not actually be Z87 certified. So you got to make sure you got the Z87 on these. The last thing you need to make sure you have as far as your PPE goes is the correct footwear, and that is a steel-toed boot with a defined heel. So my particular steel-toed boots are Red Wings, and I've had these for 4 years. They actually do have women's sizes. A lot of boot manufacturers, particularly for the steel toe variety, they don't make women's sizes, and I can't fit, you know, men's size. A lot of places start at like men's size 9, and that's just way too big for my feet. But they need to be actual steel toes, not just regular Timberlands or whatever boots you just find at the regular store. And it's a good idea to get a pair with a defined heel. So see how the heel is separate from the rest of the shoe. And the reason for that is because some job sites do require a defined heel. Some do, some don't. but it's good to get some with a defined heel. That way it's never an issue moving forward. And it doesn't matter if they're lace up or if they're no lace or whatever. I just prefer lace up so I can make it tighter on my foot. I found that the boots without laces, they didn't get tight enough on my foot, and then my feet would be sore by the end of the day because my foot would have to work harder to keep it still on my foot. So if you find that you have problems with that with shoes, you should get laces. So we talked about making sure you have the correct documentation from your remote pilot certificate, your certificate of insurance, and of course any waivers or authorizations that you need to have with you. We talked about what you need to wear as far as PPE, personal protective equipment. Now let's talk about some safety equipment that you may want to have with you. Personally, I bring cones with me onto every single job site because especially if it's my first time, because I'm not sure what hazards are gonna be around the site. So sometimes you may be on a job site where you're in a nice little nook, a nice little corner, nobody's around you, you could fly your drone, you're not gonna get run over, this and that and the other. Other times, you're right in the middle of everything because that's just how the job site is and you're just in the middle of everything. So it's a good idea to bring cones that you can put out around yourself or across a driveway. So let's say you're at a job site and there's like a giant wide entrance road. You can put a cone near you across the entrance road so people stay out of your way. So that can be a really important thing, especially if you don't have anybody else with you, if you're there by yourself or you don't have a visual observer with you or anything like that. So I always bring cones with me when I go out on a site. That way I'm prepared. Also, a landing pad is a good idea as well because job sites are pretty dirty. When your drone takes off, sometimes there's a giant cloud of dust that can erupt. So if you have a landing pad, cool. If not, cones can work to help lay out your landing area as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. In fact, I have a free gift for you for sticking with me until the end. If you click the first link in the description below, I'll send you over my free training on getting a profitable client for your drone business. All you have to do is hit the link, put in your first name and your email address, and I'll send it right over to you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you don't miss the videos I put out every single week. Fly safe.